Hi everybody, in this video I will go over the actual solution to the hidden word problem or the guessing game problem, which looks something like this. So let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, we just have to write the hidden word class. So this is my solution where I use char at. So here I had the public class hidden word. I had a private data field, which this represents the word that I have to try to guess. And here's my constructor, and here's my get hint method. So feel free to write this down now or check your answer now before I go on and explain this. I'm going to go on and explain this in 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and look at this. So first of all, we need to make a constructor. And as you can see, it takes in one string, which is going to be the password or the word I'm trying to guess. So usually when it takes in a parameter, we probably have to store that as a data field because we want to make sure that we continually go back and reference our password. So that is why I did the following. So I just zoomed into the top of my hidden word class. So I had a private string and I called this word for the password. And I've got my public hidden word. Again, a constructor never has a return type, so there should be no void, no int, no double here right after public. Just public and then the name of the class. Remember, this class has to match the constructor name. Again, constructor name matches the name of the class. And in case you weren't sure, see, it tells you to do the hidden word class. So that's the name that you should use when you are doing your AP problem. It tells you on the page. So, as you can see, the constructor takes in some type of word. So we'll call this some other name other than word, since word is my data field name. So I just called it H word for hidden word, and I just set the data field to become the parameter. Again, data field must be on the left, parameter has to be on the right, and that's how I made my constructor. Now I need to make my get hint method. So if we do this, it looks like our get hint method takes in a string as a parameter. See, it's in quotes, so that looks right. So here, my get hint method takes in a string as a parameter, and I'll just call it guess, because that's the word that I'm guessing. Now, what does my method return? Well, it looks like it also is returning a string, because this is in quotation marks. So here, that's why I say public string. This public string right here, that's my return type. So let's continue on with the method. Let me zoom out just a little bit before we go on. So here's my get hint method. Notice I have to loop through the entire string, which is, in this case, it's guess, because I have to loop through my guess. Really, you could have also said that you could loop through instead of saying guess.length, I could have technically just said word.length, because I think it tells you that you can assume that the length of the guess is the same as the length of the word, but I just use guess because I'm just looping through my guess word. So definitely that's why you need this loop, because what you need to do, this for loop here, this examines every single letter in your guess. So now I need a bunch of if statements to see what I should do. So in one case, I have to add the plus. Another case, I have to add the star. Another case, I have to add the letter. So that's what is happening up here. If the letter in the guess is at the same position as, if the letter in the guess, which is this one, is at the same position as the letter in my password or hidden word, then I should just put that matching letter as part of my string. However, if this letter is in the hidden word and in the hidden word or password, but it's not in the same position, I have to put plus. Otherwise, if this letter, for example, if the L is, or if the O is not in harps, then I have to put star. So let's break this down. So first, the order of the if statements really does matter. If the character at this position I is the same as my word being my password at that same position, then I will add the character to my hint. So basically, I should declare a variable named hint, which will store my final answer, which is whatever string is going to be returned. So if the characters match up, then I will add the character to the hint and then skip the rest of this stuff. That's why I have an else if and an else, because if this is true, I'll skip the else if and the else. The next part is probably the trickiest. We have to see if the letter is in the word but not in the same position. So let's say this A, it's in the word but it's not in the same position. We have to add on the plus. This is where you would use your index of. So if I say index of is equal to -1, that means it is not found in the word. But here, this is basically saying that the character is found in the word. So, if the character in my guess, if the index of that is equal to -1, then it is not found. But if it's not equal to -1, that means that it must be in the word. So that's what this line is for. So if that's the case, then I will add on plus to my answer. Otherwise, if none of these are true, that means the character is not found in the word, and I will add on a star. Finally, once this loop is done, I will go ahead. So after the for loop, after I finish tacking on all the characters and examining each letter, I will return my hint. And that will take care of the get hint solution. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and by the way, this should look like this, but that is pretty much it for the solution. See the other video if you would like hints and coding hints on this problem. Thank you.